Welcome back, everybody. This is another wonderful day to learn Python. So last week we agreed to learn the following topics. I may just open by going to 30 days of uh, Python. So we agreed that we learn today modules, list comprehension, type errors, Python type errors, datetime, exception handling, irregular expression, file handling. And this could be too much, but at least we have to learn today modules, list comprehensions, and also Python datetime, and maybe also exception handling and Python type errors. Sometimes we don't know how long it takes, so it depends on the time we have. So let's open the Visual Studio Code. Yes, I go to my desktop, and the name of our project was Python in winter 2021. Yes, if we open this, we have week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. So how about if we create a folder for week 5? Great. So inside here, I may just create some notes. MD, I want to write some notes over here. So let's talk about list comprehension, and then also modules, and then Python package, Python date time package or module, I think that is. And then I can see again another topic we may cover. Modules, list compressions, type errors, Python. These are very good to debug your code, okay? Yeah, if we are left with another time, we will add additional topics, but at least we focus on this. And yeah, so let's move on. I start with list comprehension by creating a new file. I call it list comprehension.py. Yeah, I don't need this file anymore. Okay, great. How do we write a list? Yeah, for instance, nums 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you familiar with this data structure, guys? What data type is it? What is the type of this? Is it a tuple, or is it a set, or a dictionary, or a list, or what is it?
A list.
A list, yes. A list is a very good or a very important kind of data structure which you use most of the time. So inside the list, you may have also maybe a tuple or a dictionary, yeah? So let's see, for instance, if I want to create another list from this, I can, for instance, if I want to create, last time I told you to use a make square. Let's see, def make square num return. Are you familiar with this function, our famous function? Yeah, you know this. Yeah, yes. So let's just create squares. Actually, we can use a different, maybe a new list, and then a list, and then by doing that for I in nums, then I have to go to new list, and then I have to append every time maybe I can call the square, but that is I can multiply it by itself. But let's see now what I get from print new list. The plan is actually to get a square of this, yeah. What's the Python and list comprehension? Yeah, list comprehension, please. List comprehension. I can try if I click it here, it may run, right? Oh, what happened? Something, and then I can have to Python list. Oh yeah, I am not in this folder. Okay, so I have to open that folder. Maybe I can try it now, but what is this? What's happening? Stray permission denied. Okay, but I can run by writing this file name. No such a file. What is list comprehension? If I can select Python, we have a file. Let's see if what we have. Oh, still I am not in this. Yeah, now I'm there. Do a list comprehension. As you can see now, we found the square of each number, right? Using this. So have you seen? Or maybe we can use this, the famous last time, do you remember? We don't have to have this. We can use the lambda function. Do you remember? Map, using map. And then actually square, make square. And then the nums. And then if you print this, print the list of this. Now I'm a bit faster and I don't have to explain everything because I believe now you are very familiar. Have you seen now we're making it shorter? And then even at some point I told you even you don't need these, and then even we can make it a bit shorter. Just we can write a lambda function here, print map. Of course, the map has to be also changed to a list map because map gives you some kind of object, lambda. If there is n, turn it to square. And then we need the list itself. And then this gives us the, okay. Let's run. Oh, I'm in the different folder, week 5. And as you can see, it gives us the same thing, yeah? Which code do you prefer, this or the longest one? I think you prefer this, right? You just managed to write your code, and we have seen this last week. But even we can do differently this, actually, with a list comprehension. What does that list comprehension means? Look at this. We have this list, and you can create a list like this for I in nums. Have you seen? It's just a loop, normal loop. And then you can just get the value, the I, and you can multiply it here. If you print out this value, actually, print, of course, you can store it somewhere with a variable. And now let's run the value. Have you seen? We got the same thing, this. Even I think in memory usage, this is a very good one. This is much better and efficient. Even you can modify the list. For instance, you can change it to tuple I. Yeah. So you can have even, do you know, have you seen how I change it? I just created a very good data structure, and I mean with tuple, and now even you can make, yeah, have you seen it? This is really good. And if you remember last time also I gave you this countries list. I don't have to make the countries all the time. I think we have somewhere the countries list. You know that our favorite country list. You will, let's get that here. Let's do some of this, the example, I mean the output we produced last time, something like this. Finland. And then Finland. I think the number of is 7, and maybe Fin. It goes like this. If you want to create this output the way you did last time with list comprehension, you just write the list, and then actually for country in countries, because sometimes it's good also to use some meaningful name. Then you can create a tuple here inside, or an array, or a dictionary. First, let's create a kind of a tuple. So I can just call it country, and the country uppercase to upper, and also maybe I'm interested in the links of the country. If you print out this value, let's see, it could be somehow, have you seen this value? Yeah. Can we also do, even we can filter out, for instance, instead of printing all, and we can add additional if here, if country in, for instance, to select countries with land, if land in country. Let's see what that gives us. Yeah, the first one prints everything out, but the second one selects only the countries with land. So have you seen how we changed the different conditions in the for loop? But this can be complicated, but don't complicate it more. If you add one condition in front, and if you have a loop, one for loop or another loop, it's enough. Don't make it too complicated. This can be complicated, but no need to complicate your code. Yeah. Development is not all about complicating things. It's all about making things simple. Guys, let's see. Are you getting it? What I'm trying to teach? Let's see that. Could you please type me that magical number, and I feel good then. Yeah, some people are getting it. Yes. Do you like it? This list comprehension, it's so clean, right? But as I told you, you should store your values, not like print like this, but for instance, squares. And then you stored it and then print the squares, okay? And again, here, you should, oh, where is it? It is up to here. store. If you don't store something, then it's not there. List of lists. We are just on list of lists. No, actually, this is not list of lists. To make list of lists, it should be this. We change to this. And now let's just print the list of lists. And then you can also, this is very handy, as you can see. It's a very handy, maybe if you want also to change this, for instance, to dictionary, right? This, if we want to change this to a dictionary, okay, let's do it. Even a complicated dictionary, okay? How could be the, then I can wrap this. How about if I put I and something like this? Can we make that? Yes. Have you seen our dictionary here? Who can interpret this dictionary for me? Because it has some pattern, if you have seen.
There is a number key, and then the value is a list.
Yeah, the value is the list. And actually, if we remove one of the number, it makes more sense, right? If we remove one of the number, then it gives more a sense to, now, as you can see, we have a 1, the square of 1 is 1, the cube of 1, as you can see again, the square of 2, 4, a cube of 2 is 8. It goes like that. Yeah. So handy. Yeah. Shall we move on to, so do you think, are we done? Do you get it? This is list comprehension. As a short way of, instead of writing for loops and something, you can pack your codes inside the list, and you can actually write efficient code. Shall I move on, guys?
Yes.
Great, everybody agreed. Now I think what we should talk about is the modules. What's a module? First, I think we have to understand what's a module. Tell me. Let's define a module. I can call this my module. I could call it module, but a module is already a kind of reserved word. It creates some kind of conflict. So I should say it module example or my module.py. And let's talk about what is a module. Even this may, what is a function? What is a package? What is a function? And what is a package? What's a package? So what's a library? Sorry for my typing. So it's good to also answer these terminologies before we move on. Okay. Shall we start from the small one, or which one is the smaller from all this?
Function.
Yes, great. Function is the smaller. Module is a collection of functions, one or many functions. So function is the small unit of a module. So one function or a couple of functions together make a module. Different modules together can make a package. Different packages together make a library. You may go say, for instance, Flask library, Pandas, Numpy. It's a kind of small libraries, but I mean, they are a package by themselves. So, but like to be called a library, it should be a bit bigger. For instance, Flask is a kind of a library, and Django is a kind of a library, but there is no clear distinction between a library and a package in Python, because a couple of packages together make a library, or a single module or a couple of modules together can make a package. So have you seen, guys, how these are connected?
Yes.
Okay, so now you know how to make your function. So for instance, here we make our function make square. So let's start, because I told you that one function could be a module. So div make a square and n, and let's return n times, not times, actually I make this. So this is your beautiful function. That's the make square function. So by itself, this is a function, and at the same time, it's a module. So let's import that module here. How can we import it? Import, and then the name of the my module. So whenever you import, this is the name of the file. So you import it like this. Have you seen my module? Then let's try to print this. Print my module. If you print it, let's see what you get. As you can see, module, the name of the module is my module. Where is it coming from? It just shows you from which directory, the path. You see just the path of the module here. Yeah, so it's good. Let's see if it has methods, okay, or functions, small functions in my module. So what do we use? Do you remember the dir? That's very friendly, actually, a built-in function which gives you the available methods there. So my module, let's see. As you can see, it gave us already available methods there with the created module, but our custom module is here, make square. Great. Yeah, so we can make use of that module. So we can say print my module dot square, and then if I pass the square root of 3, I think everybody knows that, and I'm expecting 9. My module has no attribute square. Yeah, because you know why? Do you remember that? What was the name of our module, our function? Yeah, look at what I got, the error.
Make square.
Yes, make square, not just like that. Now I got the result here. Great. Let's just make more functions here. And we can leave a comment here, okay, guys? This is how you leave comment. This square function make a number, return a square of a number. It takes a number argument. Have you seen I left some kind of documentation? Have you seen this documentation, some kind of message? Do you see this message? So for each function, actually, you can also leave some kind of documentation. Let's see, for instance, you don't know how to use this function, make square. So it might be hard to use it. So now to know about that function, actually print my module. And if you do this doc, it will give you actually the documentation. My doc, oh, I forgot the dot. Okay, do I have to use the notation? I'm not sure. Non-type object, non-callable. Let's see. Note. Build doc. We have the doc method here, as you can see. Oh yeah, no, because I should call it from here, from make square. Sorry, make square. Yeah, from make square, I can call that, and we don't need actually this. And let me try. What is that? I forgot to close it. And yeah, this square function returns a square of a number. It takes a number argument. Yeah, so you can also document your function should be a very what is that, easy to read. And now let's add another more function. Dave, add 2 numbers. And if you say add 2 numbers, it should be just A and B, and we have to return A plus B. That is so. Let's add also the same documentation, your documentation here, or doc string. They call it also doc string, and this is this function takes 2 argument, 2 number arguments, and return the sum. Yeah. So as you can see, this is very, very important. So now if we come here and print, we will see, as you can see now, we have 2 methods or modules or functions from this module. Okay, I can make use of that. Print my module and add 2 numbers. To make it simple, 2 and 3, I should get 5. Yeah, it's 5. And the documentation, if you don't know how to use it, print my module, add 2 numbers, and then actually doc, the doc. This is how you call it. This function takes 2 number arguments and return the sum. Great. Let's move on. Let's add the last function. For instance, a bit complicated. Let's change this function, for instance. Instead of this function, maybe a number. Okay. A double. Okay. Def double or make square of array items. My function name list. It's very long. Don't make such kind of make square of array items. So this one actually I can return a list. I'm now doing about for I in list, as you can see, and then I want to just turn the I. I'm just doubling, as you can see. So let's do also documentation, guys. No one knows what this this function takes a list as an argument and returns. Okay. Double each items and return a new list. Okay, so let's go to the here and print my module dot, what was this, make square, the second one. For instance, we have this list already, right? The nums. If we pass this, because we agreed that it takes list. So if I just now do this, have you seen it doubled each item? Now, as you can see, writing my module, something is difficult, right? Like at least tedious. So let's comment this out and import it differently. We can actually import the best way to import is now, I think, from my module, import make square. As you can see now, I am importing only one. And let's see, print make square and the value of 2. I think you are expecting 4, right? For this. Yeah, 4, great. Print make square of 10 and you should expect 100. And yes, how about, because we have many modules inside here, so actually we can import by separating a comma, multiple modules. So what was the second? Add 2 numbers and maybe make square of list again. Yeah. Then if you say print add 2 numbers, for instance 99 and 1, you should know this. Maybe I think, well, since another example, we have this 999 plus 1, we should get 1000, right? Great. And this one also, print make square list. For instance, if I have a list here, 10, 20, 30, this is a checkup. What is the result for this one? Tell me before I run it. Yeah. What's the result of this?
$100, $400, $900.
Okay, let's see. You're right. According to the name of the function, you were right, but I think when I was naming it make square of array items, but it was actually doubling it. So we have to at least this should be something like that. So this function takes a list as an argument and it squares squares. Yeah. Now it should. Great. Yeah. Now, even if you don't like to just import each item like this, you can even comment out and you can import. Oh no, you can import everything you have using this name. For instance, like star, if you do this, actually you are importing everything. From my module, import everything. Let's see if it's working. Have you seen? It works. Now, let's see also, for instance, you don't like this name. It's too long, right? We can import it differently. From my module, Oh no, don't do that. Module, import, make square as list squares. How about like this? Just I modified, I mean, instead of this long name, this is much better. So I renamed it. So I just like to change and try it. List squares. And if I just, have you seen? Yeah. Now what we learned actually is about creating different modules, how to write a little bit of documentation, and importing. I think this will be the end of module lessons. So you can create different modules and you can import them. If you are creating different modules, then you are structuring actually your code and you are making it reusable for different projects. Once you make it, then you can use that code for different projects. Shall we move on to another? Shall we move? Is it clear? Yeah, it seems everybody got it. Okay, so what is next? Then actually is Python packages. Okay, there is official site for Python packages. Let me show you Python packages. This is the official documentation of Python packages. For instance, if there is a very good function or module you want to share with the Python developers community, you can publish it and it will be here. As you can see, let's see, these are projects, this million releases, and all these trending projects. Actually, these are just packages, okay? Let's, for instance, install Numpy package or any package we want to use. Okay, so why you want to create your own function, something like this? Because it's already available there. Let me show you something, for instance, here. But I think it would have been much better if we have some modules file, maybe packages.py. Import math, okay? Let me, have you seen I'm importing this, but I didn't create this file. Where am I importing it? From where am I importing it? Yes, I should have tell you that. Do you remember built-in functions and custom functions? Who can tell me this? I want some voice from the audience. Okay, what's the difference between built-in function and custom function? By now everybody should understand what I'm saying. Okay, what is the difference between built-in function and custom function? And tell me what's the difference between these two. I'm waiting an answer. I'm waiting for an answer, please.
A built-in function is already existing. It doesn't need to be programmed separately.
Yes, that's true. Well, how about the custom functions? What are custom functions?
Well, they need to be defined separately.
Yes, custom functions are functions we make for our use. So as you said, built-in functions are functions available for us already. Different people make functions, or they are already part of the Python, so we don't have to write them. And if there's already a built-in function, don't create your own, okay? For instance, sum is already a built-in function, sum. And even as you can see, it's color, okay? Length, it's already a built-in function. Don't create your own. Max, don't create your own. So there are lots of them, yeah? Dir, it's the function which allows you to know the available modules there in some functions in some modules. So these are actually built-in functions. Functions you make for your own purpose, we call them custom functions because they are not there. So you want some function to achieve something, to solve some problem. Likewise, there's also available packages. For instance, VMath it's already there. So it's anything related to mathematics, right? So if you want to do the power of 2, actually math.pow, I think it's like this, to the power of 3 I should get from this, for instance, 8 maybe, right? I think I'm running a different file. So packages. As you can see, it's 8. Yeah, but of course you can achieve the same thing, print to the with this. Yeah, this came recently, maybe in Python 3, but there was no this kind of exponential in Python 2.7 or something. You can achieve the same thing. Of course, this one is giving you, as you can see, float, and this one is giving you an integer, so it's somehow different. How about if you want the square root of, what is the square root of 4? What's the square root of 4?
2.
Yes, but what is the square root of 3? Then print, don't worry, square root of 4. First we have to check it. Yeah, it's really working. Yes, it's 2. And let's do print the square root of math.square root of the square root of 3. I think it could be 1. I think for some reason that's not working today. 1.7. Yeah, this print math, the square root of 2 is 1.4 something. Yes, great. Math round, you can round. Actually, round is already print. Round is already a built-in function, so you don't have to import it anymore. Yeah. And if you round 9.81, what's the round of 9.81? Everybody should know the rounding off, just like mathematics. What is that?
10.
Yeah, it should be 10, yes. Because, but we have from this ceiling and floor, print math.ceil. So what is the rounding of 81? When I'm saying actually ceiling, ceil, that means the ceiling. Guys, to reach the ceiling, you have to see upwards, right? So this already tells you that it's going to be
10.
10. Print math.ceil 3.14. What's the value of this? Print math.round 3.14. I want you to tell me, yeah, this one is unfair, so it's going to be 4, and this is going to be 3. Round is just a fair rounding, but this is, we want to make it higher. We want to keep this higher. So another one, print math.floor. We go down 3.14, give us 3, and print math.floor and 3, 9.81. Have you seen? We will lose lots of data from here. So it's going to be 9. What am I? Has no attribute round. Oh, sorry, am I putting round like this? Strange. Math has no attribute floor, and there is also additional R there. Great. Yeah. So so this the math module, you will get anything related to mathematics, calculation, and like trigonometry, lots of things. So again, to see the available modules, print there, and then I think it's better to say the available functions. And oh yeah, as you can see, just ignore these are the default with the underscores. Yeah, a course, assign. Have you seen? These are all related to ceiling. I have no idea. Comp, copy sine, cosine, cosH, and degrees. So these are some of the mathematical methods. As you can see, we have also logarithms. You can get most of them. If you don't get all the mathematical methods from here, we can also install another. So this math module is actually by default, you can access it from Python without installing it, yeah? Without install. So there are lots of them. If this is hard, for instance, if this is hard to write like this, then you can import it from math, import all of them. Now I don't have to use math. You can remove this. I can select the math, all of them at once, and remove them. Or yes, and then it should work again. I don't have this. So if I run again, it should work. Yeah. Now we learn all over again how to import. How about if we install one package? Maybe I think before that I have to show you the rand, math.rand, print random. Actually, the random is also coming from the math, because now we are importing everything. So what does that actually gives you? But I think I prefer to keep the math, the original way of importing, because you will be sure that which one is coming from this. Yeah. No. Okay. Okay, great. So let me run this. And I want to see if we have the random. Where is it? It should be somewhere. So it's not from, okay, Python random. Oh, it's a separate module, guys. It's a separate module. So sometimes, it's good. Import random. So what this random actually, so as I told you again, just print what it has like this, dir, and then random. And if you run that, you should get a different, yeah, it has a lots of things, lots of methods. So I can go random int, or random itself, and random in range. But now I want to go for random and random. Okay, print random dot random, because random dot random gives you just some decimal point. Have you seen this? So this value, actually I have to write it here, 0 to 0.9999. This is. So if I ask you to generate a random number 0 to 10, how do you write this function, or how do you write it? Tell me.
Zero comma 10 in the argument between the parentheses.
Comma?
0 comma 10.
Or maybe just 10.
Because this usually, yeah, just 10, you mean like this?
Okay.
No.
It doesn't take any parameter. This random doesn't take any parameter.
No.
Yes.
Then you have to multiply by 10.
That's a very good idea, multiplying it by 10. Okay. But if you multiply it by 10, what's the maximum result you get? The maximum result is like when it is, imagine the maximum result is this one, right? Yeah. Multiply this by 10. What do you get? You get 9.999.
So you have to round it.
Round it to floor or down or
Ceiling.
ceiling. Okay, but for instance, if this one is 0, okay, that's a very good idea. She said that if we mat, we don't have the, yeah, mat dot ceiling, and then she's saying this. But how about if you get 0.1 times 10, what's the result?
One.
It is 1. Then what will be the ceiling of this? That you have to do ceiling again. It should be 2, right? So that means we will not have any chance of getting 0. So I would say if we multiply this by 11, and instead, how about if we go down floor? How about, I will give you some time to think. Now,
Maybe that's the best solution.
yeah, this is the better solution. So for instance, now after this, if you want, yeah, generate some if number random generator, it takes a number and we return this value. Yeah, so we are changing it to a function. Remember, make everything you do to a function, and function can be reusable. Yeah. So
Is there a way to use a rounding so that you if you want to have two decimals, so you would only have to, for instance, is there a way for that?
do this? Yes, I think so. For instance, if we have maybe like 7 like this, yeah, and if we wanted to, did I get your question?
Yes.
So let's try. You can pass a second parameter here to round it to a significant digit. For instance, I'm telling this to be printed in to a significant digit. Is that they call it significant digit or something like that? I don't. Let's see what we got. what's the line? Yeah, that's the importance of labeling your what is here sometimes. Yeah, that's so funny, right? What did I write? I hope I didn't write additional thing. So you go and check what is here. Yeah, it's working, right? Have you noticed?
Yes.
So if you just to be sure, to be really sure that if it's working, then we can also make it just 4 significant digit, and then yes, so you can pass the second parameter. So sometimes when I teach, I minified it, I simplify it. Okay, guys.
But can you go back? Can you go back to this random function which you have there?
Where?
The random generator.
This?
Yes, because I think you should use n plus 1 instead of 11.
10 plus?
N plus 1. I mean, shouldn't you use the argument in this?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Then
That
this
shouldn't be n plus 1.
No, because we use floor.
Okay, okay. But if you want the numbers between 0 and 10, then you have to use. If you put.
You're right. You're right. Good. Thank you. So I think after this, after we do everything, but again, actually, the problem here, if you are adding 0, if you are adding 1, you will never get 0. Our plan is to get from 0 to 10, right? 0 to 10. So to get 0 to 10, you should pass. Maybe I think we can subtract 1 instead. Let me tell you. If you are passing 11, the minimum you get is 0, right? And the maximum you get is going to be 9 point, actually 10 point. The maximum you get is going to be 10 point something, 999. So when we floor this, it will be 10.
Yes.
So so this function to work as in to take a parameter all the time to work. This guy's correct. This doesn't have any problem, but now we're
Why don't you try it out?
where to add 1 here?
No, I mean you can try the function.
Because when it comes 0, maybe it doesn't show. Of course, let's try it. That's good. Print random number generator. And if we try 11, okay. Now, for instance, now I'm getting 5. I'm getting 1. I'm getting 7. I'm getting 4. I'm getting 0. Yeah, the minimum we can get 0, and the maximum. Yep.
You get 10.
Yeah, that's the plan. Yes. So I think this is what we should do for the users not to confuse, because this is what we should do. Not let, okay. Multiplier or factor, I can call it. n minus 1 first. And then this is b factor. This will be fine. And then not minus 1 actually, plus 1. Because as you can see, you are interested in 10, and then you should put it 10 and you should get some. Now I think it's fixed for a user. So this gives you from 0 to 10.
Yes.
Great, thank you. Oh yeah, I think this should be enough for modules. You got the idea of modules. After this, it's just up to you to use different modules, but we didn't install any package. How about if we install package after the break? When you return from the break, we will install a package and make use of available package. Why we create the wheel all over again. Yeah, so because someone already created it, let's use the wheel. Yeah, thank you guys. You may return after 10 minutes. Time for break. Welcome back, guys. So in the first session, we learned list comprehension and modules and how to import modules as in just an object or separately one by one, and also just importing all of them together. We saw how to import. Now I will just take you to package. Yeah, the structure look different here. Where was it? I think it could be somewhere here. And we read this step by step. Python pipe, that is Python package manager. So actually it allows you to handle different or to install packages. And as I told you, the official site is this one, and you can even deploy or create your own package here. Yeah, it's open source. Let's install a new package. I think we can follow this, but before that, I want to show you already another available web browser. You don't have to import it. It's already there, actually, the web browser. Okay, let me here. Import web browser. So do you know what this does actually? It creates the web browser for you. So I made already a list of URLs here, and let's check how to open that. So the good thing about Python actually automate lots of things. If you want to automate things, it can scrape data from a website, or it can just log into some website if you have the credential for that automatically without your involvement. For instance, as you can see, we have the Python official website, my LinkedIn account, my Twitter, and maybe I think it's better if we change this to sometimes I thought this is my GitHub account, but okay, let's change it to GitHub account and open it. For URL in URL list, because if you have a list, most probably you will use a loop to iterate through each of the items, right? Yeah, and then web browser dot, and then actually when you just write dot, you can see the different methods available. Of course, you can also print and see it. Print der web browser. Yeah, let's comment this out. By the way, if you didn't finish a code something like this, you can write pass, and then we can, that means this code will work, but without that statement or expression doesn't work. So let me just say pass for the time being and run. Yeah, I think this is coming from background browser, base browser, Chrome, Chromium, different methods. Methods I have used, open new tab, open new something. So this actually opens the link. So let's try it. Web browser did open with a new tab, and then I want to URL. You pass the URL. Let's see, because if I make it that bigger, you don't see when it's opening it. So let's see if it's opening the, wait. I have to make this smaller and drag it some. How can I drag that? Yes, and I have to run it somewhere. So when I run this code, so it should open those 4 websites. Have you seen? Yeah. Python official website opened already. Yeah, it's loading here. Yes. Yes. Have you seen that, guys? So we managed to, for instance, you may want to automate something, and whenever you want, whenever you wake up in the morning, you may want your script to open maybe 4 or 5 news mainstream media news channel, or maybe, yeah. So you can schedule it and it open for you. So yeah, great. So what you add actually is time on this. Just you add some function with some time. You set the time, and then it just do every now and then based on your schedule. Okay. Have you noticed, guys? Did you get any use for this module? Did you? At least it opens your website anyway. Okay, let's move on. Now I think it's better to just check again this thing, and you can read it by yourself, but to install a pipe, you have to have the pipe installed first. So you just go to your CMD or bash, pipe, install, and pipe. It means actually the way we install pipe is actually using the pipe itself. Yeah. So, but since I have a pipe already, let's check pipe version. Yeah, as you can see, I have 20.2.3. So can you please do, in your case, pipe, install pipe. I will wait for you.
It says to me that that pipe is not recognized.
Oh, okay. What are you using?
Pardon?
What device are you using?
Windows.
Windows. Okay. Pipe command not found on Windows. Stack Overflow is good. Okay, guys.
Is it something with the path variable?
Yes, it's related to the path. Yes.
Yeah.
How about maybe you can do this one. I will show you. Maybe also pipe and pipe install this. This should work.
Sorry, how did you get this command prompt window up again? I just missed it.
Yeah, here. CMD.
Oh yeah, CMD. Yeah, thanks.
We don't need this, and then I will wait for you. Then maybe I have
Does it matter which version we are using?
what?
Because mine is. Does it matter what version we are using? Because mine is complaining that I'm using a 8.1.2 version, and there's already a 21 available. So does it
It's
matter?
okay. It's okay. So is it asking you to update?
Yeah.
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 It's okay. It's okay. No problem. Of course, it gives you also a way to update. You can select that command, the yellow lines, and paste it on the terminal, and you can update it. But it's okay. Let's just. Did you manage to? What did I write here?
Yes, this
It worked?
Python M, it works. Yes, it doesn't give any response.
Oh,
Just,
that means it. Then check this. Check pipe version.
okay. Yeah. I will. No, it doesn't. It says pipe is not recognized as an internal or external command.
Okay, let's see another solution again there. For Windows, when you install package, you type this. Can you just install, for instance, you can use this Python and pipe install Numpy. Can you do this? For me, this was working. Yeah, that could be one of, yes. Have you seen her? I think maybe you can try also this one.
When I was trying to put pipe, I got the same that there was nothing found, but then I tried pipe 3 and then it looked like it was already installed, but only with pipe it's not working.
Okay, good. Yeah, so you may also, as she said that, you may try pipe 3 and the version, like something like this. Have you seen?
Okay.
And even there might be a way to install the same way, because after Python changes to 3, there's lots of conflicts. You may also maybe install it pipe 3, install it pipe 3, something like this. Who managed to install and who had it already? Let's see on the channel, the chat channel. Okay. And then we can wait for had. Yes, great. Annie had, Helly had, and Baptist had, but some people do not have.
Rene, I don't have. But what should be? Is there some requirement before?
No, there is no requirement. There is no really requirement. Either it's the path. Let's see another.
But is it possible that I have done something wrong when I installed Python?
Maybe the path. The path.
Yeah, I mean, if the path is missing,
you should have in the latest version. Have you seen now, for instance, in the latest version, Python 3.62 and above is available. This should be. Have you seen here? You have to go to the environment variable, and you have to have this there.
I don't remember now how I got to the environment.
You can go here, CMD, actually, no, control panel, and how, or maybe can be environment. Environment is, I think, good. Environment.
Yeah, the thing is that I have a Finnish system.
But it will be something.
yeah, I think it's
environment. And then if you see, you come to here, add new.
Yeah, now I have found it, yes.
But let's see what we have in the Python.
I have the pie chart.
Are you using PyCharm?
Yes.
Uh,
But it's possible that I forgot to put the path when I installed it.
Okay, have you seen this path now for me? I have this, so you have to have this path. So if you don't have already, actually what you should do, for instance, I can just select this, copy, and yeah, just you select this one, then add scripts and add it. So to add that, actually, you can create a new thing. So the name of the variable, path, here, the same as, and then you add it here. If you don't have the script, then scripts, then it will be added. But for me, I had already.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I will take care of it when after the.
Yes. Yeah, that is just a minor. So let's see other people who had it already. Let's see. Again, who I think it's better who didn't have. Because this very, it's not very crucial because we don't spend much time. Have you tried to check, for instance, let's see the other options. You can try pipe. Yeah, maybe can you try pipe 3 as I told you guys, just pipe 3 install pipe 3. Try this. For people who didn't work.
I tried, but it didn't work.
Okay, then let's see another option still for you. Yeah, usually go for the top solutions. Can you try just even like if you don't have also, just try to install something, for instance, pipe 3, install Numpy or pandas. Can you try?
Mm-hmm. No, it says pipe 3 is not recognized.
Oh,
yeah, same for me.
How about this? Python m pipe 3 install numpy. How about this?
Now it says that Python was not found.
How do you run your Python? Is that you run Python 3?
Yes.
So you have to put it like this, If you're running Python all the time, Python 3, you have to put it like that too.
No. Python was not found.
It should. How do you open the Python interactive shell? Is this how you open it, or is it how you open it? How do you open it?
I open it via the Visual Studio.
Yeah, but on the interactive shell, for instance, if I want to open it here, I can open it like this. Can I open it like that?
Okay, yeah, Python works.
So then
No.
it should, this the Python. Okay, for some of you, there was a,
Yeah, for me,
let us see, maybe pipe3 install pipe, when doing upgrade, it works as pipe3 install. Okay. For some of you, it didn't work. That's kind of a trap here. But we didn't, you just watch. Have you seen here, when you install, you should have also add Python to environment variable. This, some of you might have forgot to tick this. Yeah. So even if you don't know how to deal with the environment variable, it's so easy to uninstall your Python and install it. When you install it back, just tick this. Yeah.
That's the thing.
Hmm?
That's the problem, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so just this is so easy. Uninstall it in a minute and install it. And when you install, tick the environment variables if you don't know how to open and deal with the environment variables. This is so easy. Lazy way of fixing a problem, okay? And let's just get back, guys. We're investing too much time, and let's install. I think by now we should have something. So to install pipe, is to install the pipe itself, the Python package manager. So to know if I have it or not, I do this, and I was sure that I have it because I can see the version here. And to install a new package, pipe install followed by name of a package. A package, yeah. So the name of the package could be Numpy, or it could be pandas, or it could be a sklearn. It's something, a module which is used for machine learning. So lots of them. But now let's go for a simple one, Numpy. But I think I may have, so pipe. I think Numpy. Can I check it like that? Okay. I think I'll have to first open Python, then Numpy, import Numpy. No module named Numpy, so I have to install it, guys. I don't have it. Pipe install Numpy. Give it some time. As you have seen, I have some kind of warning. You are using pipe version 20.23. However, the new version is this one. In the meantime, I can also upgrade that. So pipe to upgrade, just you select this, but it doesn't matter. But for the meantime, I just select this and upgrade. What? Could not install package due to an environment, access deny, some setting, but we don't worry for that. So I don't have to update it, upgrade that. It's enough for me what the version I have, because it will take us some time. So now let's do Python, open the Python and import Numpy as NP. Yeah, I imported the Numpy. So to know that, do you remember the dir and then NP, what you have? Just, oh yeah, have you seen all the different methods you have in this Numpy module. Have you seen the package, different modules, which can be used for most of the time for machine learning, for mathematical calculation? Yes, especially arrays, matrices. Yeah. Wow. So it's not nice to deal with it here. I think I prefer to open it or work on here. Yes. So since we're dealing with NumPy, let's just NumPy and NumPy package.py. So import NumPy as in NP. Great. This is how you import it. No. NP. It's very common, so everybody import it like this. And then, for instance, let me have ages of my students. Some of them are 21, some of them are 22, some are 20 again, some are 30, some are 25, and some are 30 again, and some are 40, and some are 50, and some are 19, and it goes, yeah? Does it sound like a kind of a small data set, right? Data set. How many observations do you see on this data set? Of course, length, right? And then you should run Python, and I think what's the name of NumPy? Oh, what? No module named NumPy. Why? It is not tracked. Oh, no. That is surprising. We managed to import it here. Python. And import NumPy as NP. Yes. But why? Okay, do you know what I do? I just search it. Not found on this code, maybe. You may not have NumPy installed. No, I do have. Now this is causing a problem. At least I have it on Anaconda. Let me try Anaconda. It's another. I don't do most of the time NumPy and pandas on. So by now it should be ready. Okay, and okay. You may not have this Anaconda by now. So I just go to, and our is this one, and I create some file, and I call the name of the file. Actually, you can call it NumPy practice. Yes. So I can take this data. I'll just, yeah, by the way, just the same as everything we've been writing on Visual Studio Code. Hello world. It didn't finish yet. What is that? So Control Shift. It seems it's still loading content there. So as you can see, it's so easy to use this thing. Yeah, but now I want to do this. But most of the time we do import here. Import import numpy as NP. Guys, I think it's really hard for you to see. For me, even it's hard. I can make it bigger. Yeah. So let's do this. And we don't need also this one, but we need this. Then, for instance, if you want to calculate the average or the mean of this, actually numpy.mean, yeah, and then you just pass the ages. 27, great. Numpy dot maybe median, a median of ages, and then numpy dot standard deviation, a standard deviation of the numpy, no, the ages, something like this. So we managed to use this, but today the lesson is not just to learn NumPy, but this is just very important to do lots of statistical analysis and for machine learning and any numerical calculation. Okay, NumPy dot variance, maybe, yeah, the variance of the ages. That means the square root of this. The reason why I opened this is because it was not working here for some reason. Import NumPy. I did okay, but line 1, import NumPy as. Oh. As you can see, module not found error is one kind of error type because we're about to start error type soon. Okay, another, but do you get the idea of package, guys? So you install, you can use any package you want. NumPy, for instance, we saw NumPy. We can install pandas the way we did here. You install it panda and make use of, but I have already pandas on my here. You can import it again, import pandas as in PD. This is very common. The most beautiful part of pandas is actually you can read some data. For instance, I think the iris data set. This is a very common data set from maybe from GitHub. I can get it from someone and then I can access it. Let me try to access this. Maybe if it's reading. Can I download this? Or shall I just... Now let me try to read it here. Maybe I can read it here. df pd.read cscv from this okay. How about if we install it and if we download and put it somewhere. This is a very common data set. That's why I'm interested in this data set, guys. Raw data, that's easy for me. I can do something like this and copy and put it here because I'm working in one of the documents here, as you can see, and I call it iris.csv and put it here. Yeah, so it's a kind of different flower name. So then now I can just target the file name. Yeah. Now if you just do, because I didn't close it. Yeah, now we fetch the data. Just if you just do this, it gives you such beautiful thing. Yeah. So just now, and then if you want div.descriptive, now I'm just trying to inspire you to come to the data science and analysis. We are not going to use today any kind of like specific analysis or something, but this now you've learned the basics of Python, and now you are about to start using the different packages and modules to do something, to solve some problem. Okay, for instance, this from this data we just got a descriptive analysis from this data just with one method. Yeah, df.info, just to know about this, just gives you there are 150 columns, and to know rows, and to know the columns, you have all the columns here, so you can do data exploration and data visualization, and also descriptive data analysis using pandas. So that is package actually. Yeah, so to install a package, to uninstall a package, pipe uninstall the name of the package. And to know the list of the package you have, pipe list. For instance, let's see what we have in our computer. Pipe list. As you can see, I have Numpy, I have pipe, I have PyCode style, setup tools. So if I install pipe, install package pandas, I should see the pandas in that list. The reason why I am using this Anaconda used the different system. It's not installed in, like, it has the Conda software which manage all the packages related to Anaconda here. Okay, let's see now, list them down. As you can see now, Panda is included here. Yeah, so sometimes you can also just see, instead of the version also, just the pipe list. So you can see I have NumPy 1.20.1, Pandas 1.2 version, and the pipe itself. Yeah, actually the pipe is upgraded, but I got a warning that it's yeah, have you seen? I got here a warning, but actually it was upgraded here. Okay, let's move on. Show packages, to show information about the package. Yeah, this is very important, really. Yeah, let's see. For instance, pipe and show NumPy. So it gives me the name of the package, NumPy, and the version is 1.20. This is a bit confusing because I see it here. Oh, it's 1.20 still. Okay, then what did I see? Okay. Yeah, I saw this one. Yeah, it's okay. Well, summary. NumPy is the fundamental package for array computing with Python. And the author for NumPy is Traverse E. Oliphant et al. So as you can see, email, license, and the location. I think the location in my computer, as you can see. Yeah, great. Show package. So you can make it verbose. Verbose means to get more detail. This is the show pandas. The show just gives you little information or short, very brief information. But if you want it to be more detailed, pipe show verbose followed by the name of the package. Yes. Another way just also to list down a freeze, pipe freeze also can show you pipe, and freeze also just shows the same thing. Almost it is pipe show for me. But I think the pipe freeze is sometimes very good to copy. For instance, if you are deploying your application to some web server, pipe freeze, and then you copy this to some file, requirements.txt. Yeah, I think there might be already an example on this. Yes, pipe, but I didn't put it there, but it will be somewhere else. Oh, another package I'm interested is requests, because yes, it's very important. Yeah. For instance, you want to fetch some data from API or from some website, so you need requests. So let's see a request. Do we have the requests already? I can use the import requests, and you don't have to remember how to use such kind of. You go documentation and make use, and let's see how we can use that one. So you have to have an URL, and then requests.get, you pass the URL and then actually get data. Today I'm interested in the countries API, because you are very familiar with that data, and you will see, I think you are very familiar with this data, right? When I'm talking about API might be very confusing word for you. Yeah, API is actually a kind of URL which provides you data, something like this. For instance, this is an API which provides countries, I mean, world countries. I think I can close it here. Yeah, have you seen here? How many items do I see? I think why it didn't show me. I was expecting to see the number. Oh, I destroyed it. Let me just minimize it. Anyway, these are the list of all I think 250 countries from here. So I can take this, copy, and then I can say response is equal to request. I think I may forget the code here. Requests.get. But is that request or requests? Yes, good. Requests. Requests.get, but I didn't store the URL. Just put it the URL as a string, something like this. And then you pass the URL. Then to be sure, print response. What's the response like? Oh, name requests is not defined. The reason why, after I wrote this, I didn't run. So you have to shift enter, and then you have to run it once. Yeah, now, yes. Have you seen the response is 200? That means okay. You can check it by status. Is that status or status code? Status code. Yeah, the status code, if it's 200, that means okay. Then actually from this, we can get the JSON file. I think that's how you can get the status header, give all the text from the page. Actually, it's a text, if it's the text, but now it's not a text what I'm trying to get. It's the JSON, so it should be a JSON. Print response JSON, Yeah, as you can see, all the countries here, you get them actually now. So I think now it's not easy to read. If you remember from p print, import p print, and p print is really nice to beautify it. Yeah, now as you can see, it's easy to read each country from Afghanistan to Zimbabwe. Have you seen Afghanistan? We have here the country name. Where is it? The country name should be somewhere. I can't see it. Maybe it's their country name, and up to Zimbabwe. Yeah, this is how you use a package. Actually, we'll come to package in another time again, but I'm just informing you how to use packages. Of course, you can go step by step through this. And then even here, I tried to show how to create a package. I would recommend you to go through. And then even I mentioned further information about different packages for database, for web development, HTML parsers, XML parsing, and for graphical user interface. If you want to develop a desktop application from Python or using Python, these are, for instance, this one is very common. PyQt is also common. And if you want to go to the data analysis path, Numpy, Pandas, SciPy, and scikit-learn and TensorFlow, Keras, these are some of the packages. Yeah. And network, if you want to fetch data, this is the one we used now. Yes, and I think there are some exercises related to that. For instance, read the URL and find the 10 most frequent words, Romeo and Juliet. This is about Romeo and Juliet. You open the text, and then what are the most frequent words used in the Romeo and the Juliet? Then there is this CATS API, and you go to the CATS API and calculate the average weight of a cat in metric units. Yeah, when you open it, actually it gives you an API again, about 67 what is this, cats, different cats. Maybe I can actually already, if you want to know, I have done it in another project, so you may get the weights to compare your data. You can compare your data here. So on average, a cat can weigh about 4.7 kilogram and lives 13.75 years. So this is on average a different cats of there are different cats in this world. Yeah. So even if you are a cat lover, I think you have a different cats over here. Yeah, so by category of that. So you can come here and check your result. Maybe I can share the link with you. And then that is okay. And about this one, what is the the 10 most frequent words? No, read the countries API and find the 10 largest countries. Oh yeah, it's different, 10 largest countries. Anyway, you can also get the same, some kind of similar information about the countries, because here the countries are visualized. That API has been changed to this. So if you see here, and if you come here, for instance, someone told me that the 10 most populated countries in the world, as you can see, China with this number, and India, USA, up to Japan. So Japan is the last. And the most spoken language, the 10 most spoken language, of course, you may imagine the English language is spoken in actually 91 countries. Next, French, Arabic. Yeah. So you can compare your result with these values. Yeah. So this has been implemented using JavaScript, nothing to do with Python, but it's the same problem over there. I think we have finished for packages. Some of you had a problem to install the packages, the pipe. So yeah.
I installed from, you can install Python nowadays from this Microsoft Store, and I installed now 3.9 and now it works.
Okay, great. Yeah. Did you manage to also import it on VS Code?
Yeah, I did. Yes, I installed the Numpy and also yes.
Because I had a problem in all modules named Numpy. Which file am I running here? Let me try Numpy. Okay. Okay, undo. Let's try pandas. Because have you seen the feedback I'm getting here is not very helpful with a line in module. It's not very good feedback. Yeah, read feedbacks, guys, something like this, but this feedback is not specific, so it takes lots of Googling to fix on VS Code. Someone asked already a question, and let's see the solution they gave. Run pipe install pandas. Oh, so I should have done it this way. Let me try because some of you also got pipe. Is it saying that pipe 3 install pandas? I didn't try it on this because I usually use Anaconda, and for that, sorry, pipe 3 install Numpy. And what requirement already satisfied? Okay, let me try now this. No, it didn't solve it. Okay, good. So at least you have seen it, how to work on the pandas. I hope you tried it on VS Code. For some of you, it did work. If it didn't, sorry for that. I think now we have to have a break, another break, and let's return after 10 minutes. Is that okay?
Okay.
If you have any question, let me know. Welcome back. This is the third session in today's lesson. So far what we learned, let's see. List comprehension, modules, and packages. By now, you should know what the function is, what the module is, and what the package is. Yeah, it's very clear. A function is just a small code or a couple of lines of code to solve some problem or task, right? A couple of functions together, they can be modules. Even one function by itself could be a module. A group of modules together can make packages. So for instance, this is one package, and even if we see this is another package, import this, random, this is another package, random, yes, yeah. So these are packages. Okay, great, but for some reason for me it was not importing on VS Code. I will fix this problem later by myself. So to avoid that, I mean to solve that problem, I opened my Jupyter notebook from Anaconda, and it helps me quite a lot. I will show you how to install Anaconda and how to use it in another time. Now it's not that much important. So let's just keep moving. What's the next lesson? So we have seen this and covered this one, and now let's talk about Python date time. Yes, time is so important, right? Time is very important. So I think I can put this data also inside here, and I can also put it inside here. So everything will be grouped, and this is also part of that note. Okay, let's create a new file, and I call this Python datetime.py. Yep. Time is an important physical, yes, physical quantity. I'm becoming more of a, yes, so yeah, it's a physical quantity, right? We measure the distance of time, how much time it elapsed from at some point to now, right? Yes. So we can import time, import date, time like this. Actually, you don't have to install anything by default. This is very important package, so Python, it has to have it by default, so you don't import it. Yeah, great. So as I told you, what's the next step you should do? I'm not going to tell you, tell me. Because you don't have any idea about this package, right? So print the datetime, and this helps you the available methods. Yeah, so py, and then what's the name of the Python Python date time py. Or where am I? Yes, I have to open this one. Yeah. py Python. Yes. As you can see, it has this different max year, min year, and this default methods and all this. I'm interested in this one, date time, another. So inside this, I mean, in this package, there is another a module named date time. Great. So the best way to import that from date time, import date time. Okay, great. Now I can create time actually. And remember, we have in this Python, I have that part of the day. This, the 16th day, it's all talks about day and time, how to use it, something like this. And then we import it, something like that. So even after after you import this specifically, you can again dive like this. The daytime, the previous, this daytime, and this one is different. This is a sub module inside here. So let's see what we have. Yeah, this has actually quite a lot of sub modules. And weekday, year, yeah, UTC now, minute, a month, now, all this. For instance, let's check the time. Current time is equal to daytime dot now. This is how you print out actually. Print the current time. Let's print it out. Yeah, and I got this. So let's stop the printing this line because it got lots of details. So it's a shadowed. Yes, have you seen? Does it look similar? For instance, it's the 2nd of February. That's true. And it's the 10th. That's true. And is it this? Yeah, 8:05. Yes, in 24-hour system, it's 8:0. Do you agree? Is it the current time?
Yes.
Yes. From this current time, you may not like the structure, right? Maybe you might be interested only the day, the date. So day, and you make current time, and then you may say day. What's the date today? Something like that, or the month. Month, and you just say current time and just the month, or maybe the year. Current time and the year, and maybe the hours, maybe current time and hour. And then no, I think it's singular there, minutes, and then maybe you might be interested in the minutes, current time and minute. So let's see what we get from that. So print the day today and the day and the month today and the month. And because having a label is good to know from where that data is coming, right? Then a year, and we have to label it year, and then we can have the year here, and also the hours, and let's see the hour, and then the minutes. Yeah, because this is straightforward. That's why I'm a bit faster here, right? And then the minutes, and then let's run this. So, I have because for some reason it's plural. I thought it's singular. Yeah, as you can see, now it's the 10th day. It's February the 2nd. That means February, it's the 2nd year, 2021. Hours, yeah, it's 8 by now, and minutes, as you can see, is 07. So if you want to put this in a different time format, so European way, maybe you may write it like this, yeah? So first, usually it comes the date, right? The day, followed by the month, and followed by the year. I have to have this, that curly bracket. Yeah, and maybe if you want to have the time, the hours, and then followed by the minutes. Something like this, and this should give us some kind of a format, right? A proper time format. Have you seen? I have got a proper time format. So you have to have some if condition to change this from 8 to 08, you know. So the if condition is actually if, for instance, if, what is this time? Not the minutes. If the minute is less than 10, then you should add, what is this? You can add actually minute is equal to, what's there? Minutes, and minutes, and plus, actually plus 0, something like that. This can fix our problem. Let's try it before it turns to, it didn't turn our problem. Why?
Because you have it's now larger than 10 or greater than 10.
Oh, yeah, sorry, thank you. Before it turns to 10 minutes, let's do it. Yes, because after 10 minutes, we can see that thank you so much. We managed. Yeah, have you seen? Sometimes you can do such kind of formatting when something doesn't come the way you want. Do you understand why I was rushing, guys? Who understood why I was rushing?
So that it wouldn't change to 10.
Yeah, because if it was 10 or after, I can't see if I'm right or wrong, right?
Can I ask you one thing?
Yes.
If you have this time like written like 200929, like it is, but it is actually type string. So how could you change this timestamp from a string to time data?
Yeah, time object.
Yeah, time object.
Yes. For instance, when you see it, let's print the current time. You can see the current time like this. Have you seen this?
Yes.
Let's check the type. What kind of type is that? Print type of current. Python is so different that it has got a have you seen, even though you can see it like in a string format, but that's for your eyes, but what you see is actually a datetime object.
Yes.
So it's
But my question was, if it were a string.
Yes. Then I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that. If you are given like as in a string, we're coming to that. That's the next stage. Yeah. Yes. That's the second stage. So now you understood how to extract the current time using datetime, and understanding time is very important if you are continue as in a data analyst or machine learning or data science, because there's the so-called time series analysis. So you have to manage to extract time on some format, right? That's very important. If you are studying weather data or someone's tweet, it could be Donald J. Trump's tweets pattern or something whatsoever. Yeah, but he's not tweeting anymore, maybe. Yes, okay, let's move on. So we have done this. So as you can see, getting the datetime information. So we extract, but formatting data output using this stir f time. I will show you like this document. Now after this, we have to know how to read these methods. Let's see. Doc. I go for the first one. This is a simple documentation how to use this the string format time. So this is very good to understand how to use it. Yeah. Sorry. Now I have an example already. This is a new year. Yeah, because I made this during the new year in 2020, or you have already a fixed time here, but it's passed in as in this is a year, this is the month, and this is the date. This is not your question, but I will come to your question, okay? You are asking me something like this, right? Is that? Your question was this. Someone asked me a question.
Yeah, what I meant was that it's written like it looks like a date, but it is actually a string. And then I want to make a date object.
Yeah, so this one is a string, as you can see.
Okay.
Yeah. So you mean some kind of data and you want to change it to?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. This is also very important thing. So yes, I'm coming to that. Okay. But first, because here, as you have seen that, I was running for time to format this, but there is already a very good method to format your time. This method, the stir f time is very good method. So you import it, no change. I mean, it's the same thing you do. I think this is the long way. I did this way. So instead, actually, you can change it to somehow using different methods. Okay, let's change what we have here using stir. We can just comment this out up to here. and make use of this. This H means actually hours, minutes, and second. Yeah, then what you should do, time, for instance, current time, and then stir F, then what is time is, yeah, stir time, and then we can apply percent H, and then, sorry, percent minute, percent, or what was the other, second. And then if you print this, just it gives you the time, the print time. Have you seen? It gave me a very good time now. Yeah. Got the time now. The time now. Yes, good. It gives me this time. Great. Maybe if you are interested to make it even more time, maybe complete time, just complete. Instead of giving it any name, let's just print it out. This gives you the time, okay? But how about if you are interested in the day and something? Because it's hard to remember this, for instance, month, day, year. So you should come here and check. What is this A means? Actually, it's Monday. So if I add actually A there, for instance, A, and just, sorry, A and space, and if you run, it add, I mean, of course, today is Wednesday. Yeah, so, and then if you make it capital, actually, this will be full Wednesday. And let's see, as you can see, Wednesday. So this very good way to structure the, so if you write day, month, the small is, and then year, this could probably print. Have you seen? It prints, and then you just, if you want to change the structure, you may change this to different structure. Yeah. Or maybe if you want different format, for instance, the previous one, this is A, and then I want just only the month. If we change it to capital, most probably, okay, let's see, September. Have you seen B is like month? So a different format. Let me just do capital B and the year. This gives you a different time format. Wednesday, February, maybe if it's, I don't know, it depends on the time. This needs a grammar, English grammar, how the structure should be. But Wednesday, February 21, I think, let me see why this is. Oh yeah, this is giving me actually short. So let's make it capital and I can get a full year. Yeah, full year. The small one just give me 21, okay? It's not a full year. So to make it a full year, it should make it capital. But guys, don't try to remember this thing. Don't try to remember such kind of a boring thing. Just put this kind of cheat sheet next to you and then work on that. Yeah, it's not very important, but know how to use it. That's the best way. So instead of formatting by yourself like this, I would recommend you to use already available methods. Great. So we are done with the formatting. Now, how about if we get a string? Someone asked already a question. Yeah, for that we use the stir p time. Again, you just copy this in doc. And if you consult that, I go for this one because they have already a very good table here. I can make use of this table. Yeah, great. Let's create, we can even make the example, the same example here. We have this example and I can paste it here. As you can see, date string. Yeah, it was in the 5th of December 2019. So we want to change this string to a date type object. Of course, if you want to check this, type of date. What is the type of this? I just want you to say in one go, what is the date type, I mean the data type of date string.
String.
I want you to write to me, is it what kind of data type are you expecting from this, guys? Is it a string or an array or a tuple or a dictionary or a boolean or a datetime, or I need everybody to say this is a dumb string type. It can't be anything else, right? As you can see, it has 2 quotes, right? If you put something in a quote, in a single or double or multiple quote, I mean a triple quote, and it's going to be a string. Triple quote means a sentence. This could be, I love teaching, especially Python. It is just awesome. Where is it? Yeah, this is what I meant. This is also a string, okay? Anything under single quote, double quote, or triple quote, it is. So this could be also changed to just a single, triple. Great. So this is a string. Now the plan is actually, so we don't have to even check this because we have been checking such kind of thing many times. So as you can see in the format, you have to call this the datetime module and then string p time. Then you call the string and then you pass the format. Yeah. So what you should do, well, you can call it day time and stir p time, and then again date string, and then your format goes here. Now your format, so you don't know how to format, but here you need mapping. This goes to this. This goes to this one. And the comma, there's a comma, there should be also a comma in here. And this should map to this. So you have a day. So how do you write a day? So that is actually the point. Now this is how you write a day, as you can see. So you choose it, as it's also chosen here. Yeah, because we're converting, and then there is a space, you put that space, and then another percentage. How do you write a month in a long? Month and long, I think it's capital B, but I don't have to remember that also. Capital B. Have you seen? Yes. Great. Again, we have a year. Is it short or full? Is that long or long? So again, we go for a year. If it was short, we go for this, but now it's a long. So the capital one. I have to keep the comma and percentage and the Y. And now, if we store this, date time object, now it's a kind of object. So let's print type of time object. Is that what you want, right? What's that?
Yes.
Yes. Have you seen it's converted? Yeah. It's converted.
But please print also the time object itself.
Oh, of course, yes. Print time object. This is the format. Yeah. Have you seen it's 0, 0? Why it's 0, 0? Because we didn't pass any time here. So it's just imagine that at 0, 0. Because we ignored the hour and the minutes and everything. So you can make use of this time format.
But you used this B.
Yes.
So it was because
it's long. This is long. For instance, if it was December like this, I should have used B small b.
Okay.
And let's see. Yeah, still it's the same. For instance, if this was Monday, for instance, Monday, like this, yeah, I don't remember. So I have to go and check it. How do we write Monday? Yeah, A, like that. So I change this A. Because your plan is to change, yeah, as you can see. So Monday, it was in the 1st of, yeah,
okay.
see? It was in the 1st. So your plan is changing the string to an object. So you have to do it this way. There's no another way.
Right.
Sorry. It just worked for English and German, right?
There might be for most European language, there might be some objects, some method to convert already for most European, like Spanish, French, most popular languages. But for some African and Asian languages, which are there might not be. Usually, there are methods for most popular languages. But this is for definitely what I know is even only for English. And as you can see, even there's United States and this, yeah, but there's no any difference in time when it comes to the English timing and the European. It's the same time, right? Anyway. But when it comes to January, February, I can see that here. Yeah. I think what I would recommend, just focus on the English one, then you will find another after you get the hang of it, then you just you will find another way to convert it to other languages. But this supports German, as you can see. But I have never tried it in another language. Okay, so now we managed to convert time string to time object, and let's move on. Oh yeah, where was I? Date from date. I think what's happening here? This is Yeah, this is also another way that you import a date. You can just import the date, and you can pass some data, for instance, the year, the month, and the date. And then if you print this out, let's see what's happening here. Date. Yeah, just print this, and then you can extract again for instance, today. Today is print it. And that's just minor module. Yeah, just give you the same thing, but from even today, then you can extract the year, the month, and the day. We have done it in another way already from datetime. This is not a very important thing, but it's good to know the features anyway. Time object to represent time. Even you can just specifically import the time, and then you can just put it like time like this, and you call the time object. And then after that, if you pass a different time here, then it will be, you are creating a time object. Have you seen? So we are creating the time object, hours, minutes, and then seconds. Or with even, what is this, with a default parameter, something like that. It's just okay. All are the same. Even you can go to micros, yeah, I think it's this millisecond or microseconds. Then even you can go to the force parameter output, as you can see. But I think the most important thing I want to share with you here, the difference of two times. Sometimes you subtract to know the difference between time, right? So what you can do, as you can see, there is a date. This is very good one. This is really good whenever you want to subtract between times. So you have today, let's just, for instance, let's just take this time. Did I import already? Yes. This is actually the first time, no, I think the 5th day of this 30 days of Python challenge. And now let's create today's date. No, because what's current or today, I call it not today. I think this is challenge started. Challenge started. Year, it was 2019. Actually, the date started, it was in the November, and it was 2022. Yes, this is what I know at least. And today, what is today? Today, as far as I know, it's this, and the month is actually 2, and the date is 10. Then how is the time distance, or how long it's, anyway, whatever you call it, time elapsed. Time elapsed. Okay, so today minus challenge start day, then print time. Wow, exactly 446 days. Because we don't care for times and hours, so it just gave us 446 days. Yeah, have you seen the importance of so the importance of date, especially, is actually whenever you like to count like distance, the number of dates it passed or counted already. So this is really good. Yeah. So this is a real data, by the way. So 30 days of Python, we started this day, and today we're learning this. and 446 days has been passed already. Okay, now this is how you use it. And then maybe let's move on to another time delta is also another way to find this, the same thing. You import, let's go to this, by the way, let's import time delta, time delta. This doesn't say time delta, right? I should correct it. Anyway, this is good, time delta. Time delta, even you can pass, as you can see, even you can pass the weeks, number of weeks, and the days and hours, and then you can calculate the difference. So it gives you this. So what you should know is what parameters it takes, and then you subtract it like as if you subtract any number, and you get the result. So you use time delta. But sometimes it's complicated to know how many weeks it passed, right? So that's another complication to know. Instead, I go for this one because I know when it started, and this is really straightforward and easy to calculate the number of time it passed for me.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, if you would have on the T2 time delta and you would have 8 days, would the answer be something like weeks, days? Or what would be the answer?
Okay.
So if you have more than 7 days on your...
Okay, yeah. I'm not exactly sure, but we can try it. So your question was, if we have?
If you have more than 7 days.
More than 7 days.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So to make it more than 7 days, actually, so we have here 86 days. The total it gave us actually is, and as you can see, don't you see the result here?
Yes, but if I would like to have it in weeks and days.
Yeah, maybe I think we can customize that. So what you should do, again, let's read the level print der delta. Oh, it's wrong. Name delta is not defined. Time delta, I think. But this will not be enough. Time delta. Okay, this is very good site also. I'd recommend it. Time delta. 2 days. Okay, let me check with outputs. I believe it's possible to tune the output. It's possible to change it to weeks or any format possible. If not, actually the first method is much better and no need to use, but I didn't see here. Let's see here again. 500 times. And that's the first one, but what does it say here? Difference between it is a match. I could imagine it's possible to tune this, but I didn't get right away any solution. But it's possible. It may have high possibility of tuning the parameters and changing it to different formats. Yeah, I don't have an answer for that. I can say yes or no for that, but it's possible. It may have. Okay, I think today we have to wrap up here. Where is this today's lesson plan? Based on our lesson plan, we finished this, and then we are left with Python errors. And what are we learning next week? Let's plan for next week. Great. Okay, so exception handling, we didn't check today, and type errors. Actually, it's good. Type errors, exception handling. Yeah, I love making typos. Great. And regular expressions. And then I think file handling. Yes, and then after that, after this week, after next week, how about web scraping? Web scraping, and yeah, I think it would be nice after web scraping. We can also see pandas and Numpy again, and also the statistics module itself. First the statistics module, and then we can make use of the pandas and numpys. And for that, we should use actually the Anaconda. So we install Anaconda there. Yeah, so these are the plans. The rest of the, how many weeks are we left with, guys? I think, is that?
3.
Yes, so at least in the second 2 weeks, we learn this. And after that, we will discuss what to do. Because if we learn on the 7th week, these topics, and then by the last week, we focus on solving problems and working with some data. Even on the 7th, we may also work with some data already. Yes, I think I can close my lesson here, and then let me just stop the recording.